Hello students, in the last video we have completed the whole process of human reproduction. We have completed male reproductive system, female reproductive system, fertilization, embryonic development, pregnancy, parturition, lactation. So we have completed all of these things. Now in this video we will see some of the disorders of human reproduction. So in this we will see all of the disorders in three categories. One, the disorders of male reproductive system. Second, disorders of female reproductive system. And the last, we will see disorders related to pregnancy and parturition. So let us see first of all the disease or disorders related to the male reproductive system. First disease is oligozoospermia. So what is oligozoospermia? Oligozoospermia means when the semen contains less than the normal sperm count. Normally in one ejaculation the semen contains around 200 to 300 millions of spermatozoa, and also we understood that to the site of fertilization around 300 to 500 spermatozoa can only reach. But what happens that if the semen contains less than 20 millions of spermatozoa, may be possible that no spermatozoa can reach to the site of fertilization. Though the number is very much higher, then also maybe the sperm cannot reach to the site of fertilization. This condition is known as oligospermia, or we can also call it as the oligozoospermia. That means if the semen contains less than 20 millions of sperms in one ejaculate, then this condition is known as the oligospermia. Another condition, second condition, see what is azoospermia. If the semen contain no sperm or that semen is without sperm, then this condition is known as azoospermia, and obviously that male will be sterile. So azoospermia, that means semen without sperm. So this is the condition called azoospermia. Third type of disease, see what is inguinal hernia. I told you that the development of the testis is intra-abdominal. At around 6 to 7 months, the testis become extra-abdominal. So what happened whenever the testis become extra-abdominal? It passed through the inguinal cavity. There is a cavity in the ileum, ischium and the pubis, and that ileum, ischium and pubis, that actually is the part of the pelvic girdle, and this pelvic girdle have a ligament called inguinal ligament, and due to the ligament and a depression in the ischium, what happened, a cavity is developed, and through this cavity the testis can come outside and become extra-abdominal. So what happens due to the taking heavy load or heavy weight, maybe it is possible some part of this inguinal ligament get loose, or some part of the intestine that can actually pass to the scrotum, and that can actually lead to a elevation or swelling in the lower abdomen or even in the scrotum. So what is that condition? That condition is known as inguinal hernia, and that inguinal hernia can lead to tremendous pain in the lower abdomen, and that is generally happening in the workers who actually takes heavy load in the factories, in the companies, or in the railway stations also. So that condition is known as the inguinal hernia. So what is that? Inguinal hernia is a part of the intestine descends to scrotum. That condition can lead to a disease that is known as inguinal hernia. Another type of disease, see what is cryptorchidism. Cryptorchidism is a condition when the testis cannot become extra-abdominal and remain inside the abdomen. That condition is known as cryptorchidism. So due to any difficulty or incapability of the testis to descend down and remain inside the pelvic cavity, inside the abdomen, that can lead to a condition called cryptorchidism. In that disease also the male will be infertile. So cryptorchidism is the inability of testis to descend and become extra abdominal. That condition is known as the cryptorchidism. Next one, another disease related to the male reproductive system is gynecomastia. So what is that disease? This is actually a disorder related to hormonal imbalance due to what the male develops some female characteristics, and that can include the enlargement of the breast as well as the female voice in the male. So what is that disease? This disease is known as gynecomastia. So in that disease, the male develops some female characters, male with female character, that is known as the gynecomastia. So it can include the enlargement of the breast in the male. So these are the different type of disorders in the male reproductive system. Now let us see some type of disorders related to the female reproductive system. So actually here I have given these two terms, menarche and menopause. They are not the diseases, they are the two conditions. When the first menstruation occurs just after hit the puberty, the girl whenever hits puberty and for the first time the menstrual cycle is started, that is known as the menarche. Menarche is the first menstruation. So this condition is the menarche, remember. And what is menopause? Menopause means a condition when the menstrual cycle stops. This occurs in the female of around 40 to 50 years, when due to the less hormone or the reproductive inability, what happens, the female is no more able to control, control this menstrual cycle, and menstrual bleeding stops. In every month there is no formation of ovum takes place. This condition is known as the case of menopause. This is the stopping of the menstruation that is occurring at the age of around 40 to 50 years. This is known as menopause. And next one, another type of disease C, this is known as hysterectomy. What is that condition? Whenever that individual or that female removes the ovary, that condition is known as hysterectomy. Now after that there is a condition that is normally happening in the girls. What is that condition? That is known as PCOD or PCOS. So polycystic ovarian disorder or polycystic ovarian syndrome. What is that condition? When the female is going to have irregular menstrual cycle or stop of the menstruation for about suppose 3-4 months or up to 6 months, or irregularly female have the menstruation or menstrual bleeding. That condition, if the menstruation is not occurring regularly at a cycle and after 3-4 months this is happening, after some time it stops, once again it occurs but it is irregular, that condition is known as PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. And this is very much habitual disorder whenever the female start to have the different food habits, that or due to the lack of exercise or due to the daily routine, actually this can lead to PCOS or PCOD. So after that we'll see some disorders related to pregnancy and parturition. First disorder we see, this is ectopic pregnancy. What is ectopic pregnancy? Pregnancy, if it is not occurring in the actual region of the uterus, but it is occurring in the fallopian tube. If implantation occurring in the fallopian tube, this can lead to a condition called ectopic pregnancy. Ectopic pregnancy means implantation in fallopian tube. So this is called as the ectopic pregnancy. Next disease, C, teratogeny. I told that in the pregnancy, if the female, the mother actually had the habit of taking the different type of addictive drugs like morphine, cocaine, or even cigarette smoking, also nicotine, this type of chemicals, actually harmful chemicals, can actually enter inside the baby's blood, also fetus blood, also via the placenta. Then what can happen, that fetus can develop different type of abnormalities in the body. Maybe the development of the different organs will be not proper, some disorders in the body, maybe the limb disorder, there may be no limb or half of the limbs, or there is disorders in the limbs, or maybe this is possible that the digits are not completely formed, that is known as teratology. So this is abnormality of the fetus in any condition. Due to any of the addictive drugs or chemicals, the fetus can develop different type of abnormalities of the limbs, digits, or maybe different organs. This is known as the teratogeny. Next one, another disease is, not disease, actually this is a condition, abortion. What happens if the parturition do not occur in the normal 9-month period? If abortion is, if the baby is parturited even earlier, that is around 5th month, 6 months, or 7 months, this is premature baby can grow. And if the baby's weight is less than 500 grams, not even developing properly the organs, the eyes are not completely get developed, eyelids are not even been formed, even the heart have the pore, or that heart have the hole, that condition is a very serious condition for the baby. Maybe the baby will not survive. That condition is known as abortion. If the baby do not get parturited in the 9-month or normal fully grown state, and parturited even earlier around 6 months to 7 months, this condition is abortion. Another type of condition, that is amnionitis. What is that condition? If the suppose fetus, the fetus having the outermost membrane, its outermost membrane means the lining, that is amnion. Due to any of the case, if the amnion breaks, then what can happen, the amnion, this amniotic fluid sometime can come out, and maybe this amnion start to swell, and inflammation of this amniotic lining can lead to a condition, that is amnionitis. So what is abortion? That is premature birth, and amnionitis means this is the inflammation of the amnion. Inflammation of the amnion can lead to the disease or the condition that is called as amnionitis. So these are all about the diseases related to the male, then female, and the pregnancy and parturition. Then we have completed all the disorders. That is all about the chapter. Hope you have understood. That is all about the human reproductive system. Thank you.